I want to be the best. Today's fighters, they have been taught that that's not the way to do it nowadays. Nowadays, go for the bag.
Because the only fight for Tank outside of, after Lamont Roach, was Shakur Stevenson.
Facts.
Right? Now they've got another opponent that will do well at the gate because of the controversy.
Yep.
And it ain't Shakur Stevenson. I keep telling people, Shakur Stevenson beats Tank.
An article, when we look at all the great fighters that's been, I wouldn't say disrespected, but they was going through that. Oh, he ain't fight this, he ain't do this. All of them go through that. That's part of the boxing game. Stay strong, youngin', you know.
Roy Jones Jr. called out Gervonta Tank Davis, saying he should fight Shakur Stevenson instead of Jake Paul. He argued that today's boxers care more about making money than making history. According to Roy, Tank learned this attitude from his mentor, Floyd Mayweather, choosing easy, high-paying fights instead of risky ones that build legacy. Jones believes this mindset shows how boxing has shifted from passion and pride to business and profit.
The same thing, so why can't he do it? You know what I'm saying? He made more money than anybody. He was smarter than everybody. He didn't take too many stupid risks. That's what he did, and it worked for him. And people okay with that and accepting it, so why can't Tank do it? Tank can do the same thing the mentor did. That's what the mentor is for, to teach you how to do this thing the smart way and not get you hurt, not have to take no risk, not to take many chances. So if that's what you learn, wow, if that's the easy way out, why not do that?
Fans and experts agree that a Shakur Stevenson versus Gervonta Davis fight is what real boxing is all about. Both fighters are elite, skilled, and proven, a matchup that truly excites the sport. Tank fighting Jake Paul doesn't carry the same meaning, since Jake is still seen as a YouTuber turned boxer, not a seasoned pro. People want to see real talent face real talent, not another money-driven exhibition. Shakur and Tank earned their reputations through years of hard work and mastery in the ring. Their fight would answer a big question: who is the most complete fighter of this generation? It's the kind of battle boxing fans have waited for, one that's about legacy, skill, and pride, not fame and social media buzz.
We have Shakur to have 2 belts. We have Tank to get a couple of belts. And you have a undisputed fight for those two in Las Vegas, in America, between 2 American guys getting an undisputed championship of the world. That would be a mega fight. And we're talking about 2 guys that you have the most dominant, persistent, powerful guy, pound for pound powerful guy, I should say, in Tank, who also is very good defensively. But then you're fighting the best defensive fighter in the entire world, in my opinion. That is a fight I would love to see happen. I would be a big fan of, but I think if we could let that kind of fester and develop for a little bit, and we get that fight, summertime next year, fall of next year, where this is an undisputed fight, I think that's the fight we would love to see have happen. I would be all for that. And I think it's realistic. Like I said, I don't think Tank's losing to anybody except for possibly Shakur, and I don't think Shakur's losing to anybody except for possibly.
Boxing legend Roy Jones Jr. didn't mince words when he said Jake Paul will never be a world champion. He made it clear he wasn't hating, just being honest about how tough the sport really is. Jones explained that becoming a champion takes more than training and publicity. It takes experience, intelligence, and heart in the ring. He said Jake's path, built on celebrity and carefully chosen opponents, doesn't reflect the struggle true fighters face. While Jones gave Jake credit for improving and bringing attention to boxing, he reminded everyone that greatness comes from testing yourself against the best, not chasing fame or easy wins. His comments reflect the wisdom of a man who faced legends and knows what real boxing demands.
Who become a world champion?
No.
Why?
I think if they make him fight tough opponents, guys with experience, those guys will beat him. Now, if you catch somebody like myself at the end of their career, or somebody like Tyson, he caught at the end of their career, the chances are much higher. Because now it becomes more of a 50-50. You got a guy who's better than him, but the age factor. You understand me? And that's the only way to balance it for him to make it a 50-50 fight. Yeah. Somebody who's on his level at the same age, those guys have too much experience. Yeah. You understand me? So he's not gonna beat those guys. But you find a guy who is past his prime, who has a mentality further than his, but past the prime, it kind of evens the stakes.
And Bradley shared a different view. He doesn't think Shakur Stevenson really needs to fight Gervonta Davis. Bradley said if Shakur believes Tank hasn't faced real competition, then the fight isn't about legacy, but exposure. According to him, Shakur wants the spotlight that comes with Tank's big name and fan base. Bradley believes this highlights a bigger issue in modern boxing. Too many fighters chase fame and money instead of proving who's truly the best. Still, Shakur seems drawn to the challenge, knowing Tank represents power and status. Bradley insists that real champions should focus on their legacy, not just pay-per-view numbers.
Elite fighters, so on and so forth. So, with that being said, why even want to entertain the fight with Tank Davis? I mean, how much credit are you going to really get, Shakur, besides the money, right? That's what Tank brings. He brings interest. He brings a lot of fans in the seats, you know. But as far as legacy goes, if people are holding Tank at a very low status, what, do you need him? Do you really need him? How you doing, man? Good morning. Do you really need him? Because I personally don't think that you need him, you know. Shakur, you should be here to create your own legacy. You know, you're about the competition. You are about that bread as well. And I think it's important for you to really look at the landscape, man, of boxing and see where your big money fights are, you know, besides Tank Davis. As you know, you hear through the grapevine, I think he even told you on X that, you know, he's contemplating retirement after this Jake Paul fight. You know, you're getting ready, hopefully, if Teofimo Lopez signs the contract, Shakur, to be fighting Teofimo Lopez, who has accomplished quite a bit in the sport, man, and has been in the ring with some legends, Josh Taylor, also Lomachenko. I think that type of fight makes sense. You know, going up to 140 pounds, getting another strap, you know, beating the quote-unquote the Ring Magazine champion, or considered the best #1 fighter at 140 pounds.
Brock didn't hold back when he criticized Jake Paul's plan to fight Gervonta Davis. He called Jake a bully for picking on a much smaller fighter. Frock said Jake is using his size advantage to look dominant, but that doesn't show real skill. He dismissed the fight as a business move, not a fair competition, since Tank would have to give up too much size and weight. Frock argued that boxing should be about equal skill and courage, not marketing tricks and viral moments. His words echo the frustration of boxing purists who want the sport to stay true to its roots, instead of turning into entertainment for clicks and views.
I think it's ridiculous. Jake Paul's taking the piss, like he always does. Just from saying I'm going to fight AJ tonight, fighting Gervonta Davis.
Yeah.
He was 100 pounds in weight lighter. 100 pounds. Weight divisions in boxing are split up, some of them, the lower weights, by 3 or 4 pounds. All I can say about Jake Paul fighting somebody half his size is, he's a bully. Why are you fighting a guy half his size? It's wrong.
Yeah.
He's gone from Krusty the Clown now to Sideshow Bob. He's getting worse. You know what I mean? Like, this is a guy that's just taking the piss out of the sport, and I don't think this is actually gained much interest. The press conference was dead.
Yeah.
I noticed there weren't many press there. It's not had a big media coverage. I think people are finally realising, actually, that this is a big charade. And yeah, I think I'm not impressed. Gervonta Davis, I think maybe he's had enough of the game. He got drawn in his last fight. He was lucky to get the draw as well. But yeah, the whole thing again, it's a clown show.
Shakur Stevenson made a bold claim, saying Tank Davis will never step into the ring with him because he knows how tough that fight would be. Shakur said it confidently, not arrogantly, believing in his own skills. He thinks Tank's team understands the risk of facing someone with his defense. In ring IQ, Shakur is known for reading opponents easily and controlling the fight's pace, something that could frustrate an aggressive puncher like Tank. By making this statement, Shakur questioned Tank's courage and hinted that his recent opponents show caution, not ambition. Fans saw it as a psychological move to pressure Tank into accepting the fight, but so far, Tank has stayed quiet, focusing on high-paying bouts that don't threaten his record.
One more question before I go. Why not fight Tank at 135?
Tank ain't gonna fight him, man. He not gonna fight him.
You gotta realize with Tank, he on that other side with
Take on the cupcakes. Now let's say it.
Man, I'm quite sure.
Look,
So you think he don't want to put that record up?
Look,
Hey, I know Tank,
man.
I know Tank, Shady.
I know Tank too.
Let him talk. Go ahead.
Hey, I know Tank too, and I know for a fact at the end of the day, like, he is not jumping into no fight with me. Like, that's a whole different type of atmosphere. That's not like fighting. You know what I'm saying?
So basically, you telling me Tank's scared?
I ain't gonna say the man scared. I'm just saying for a fact.
So what you saying?
He not jumping in the ring with me.
Eddie Hearn shared his honest take. saying he doesn't believe Tank Davis ever truly considered fighting Jake Paul for competitive reasons. Hearn explained that Tank could have gone for a rematch with Lamont Roach or face Shakur Stevenson, both tougher, more meaningful fights. Instead, Tank chose the easier and more profitable route. According to Hearn, the Jake Paul fight offers big money but little risk. He added that if Tank really wanted to test himself, the Stevenson matchup was the one to take. Hearn confidently said that if the two ever meet in the ring, Shakur would win because of his precision, patience, and superior boxing IQ.
If you were Tank's promoter, what would the next step be for Tank?
I heard they were going to fight Jake Paul. When I see Jake Paul at the event and I see Jake Paul posting from the private jet with a picture of Gervonta Davis.
Slapped it.
Yeah, but they had that for a reason. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Because you had to buy it, you had to get it made.
Yeah, but I can't believe that fight was going to happen. But anyway, crazy stuff's happening. Yeah, you got to rematch Lamont Roach. You got to. It'll probably get ordered. That's the reality by the New York State Athletic Commission. But listen, they may have got lucky because the only fight for Tank outside of after Lamont Roach was Shakur Stevenson.
Facts.
Right? Now they've got another opponent that will do well at the gate because of the controversy.
Yep.
And it ain't Shakur Stevenson. I keep telling people, Shakur Stevenson beats Tank. You cannot say that Shakur Stevenson would not have beaten Tank last Saturday.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, he would have.
Shakur Stevenson called out Tank Davis for fighting Jake Paul, saying he wasn't being competitive. It sparked major debate among fans and analysts. Shakur felt Tank was wasting his talent by taking fights that didn't push his limits. Some analysts disagreed, saying it's unfair to label Tank as uncompetitive over one exhibition match. They argue that every fighter takes certain fights for money or exposure at some point. Still, Shakur's frustration was clear. He believes a fighter of Tank's level shouldn't lower his standards just for publicity.
Talking about Gervonta Davis. Now, he's being asked about Gervonta, so it's not as if he's just going out of his way to just start talking nonsense, and I don't believe he's talking nonsense any way it goes, but he was asked in one of his recent interviews about Gervonta, and he said that he doesn't believe Gervonta Davis is a competitive fighter right now. That is because he is fighting Jake Paul in a exhibition fight that will be taking place. I do believe it's November 13th or somewhere around there is going to be the date. Obviously, Shakur Stevenson is talking out the side of his neck with that because just because Gervonta Davis takes one exhibition doesn't mean that he's not a competitive fighter. He just fought Lamont Roach earlier this year, proves that he is obviously a competitive fighter, and he's already stated that once he goes and picks up this money from Jake Paul, that he's going to come back and he's going to go back to boxing. So I reject the idea that Gervonta Davis is not a competitive fighter. He's not fully into the scene like Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Mike Tyson are, where Mike Tyson has had, his second or third exhibition. This will be his third one coming up. He had one against Roy Jones. He had another one against Jake Paul, and now he's going to have one against Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather Jr. has been doing these for years and years and years, ever since way back in 2016 or 2017, whatever the year was, when he beat Conor McGregor in what should have been an exhibition, but was counted as Floyd Mayweather's 50th professional win. Gervonta Davis has not done nearly enough to be considered a full-time exhibition fighter. So I think Shakur Stevenson is not just a little bit off on that, but a lot off on that. I just think that is an unfair representation.
Davis's longtime trainer, Calvin Ford, came to his defense. He reminded everyone that fighters have lives outside the ring and that boxing, at the end of the day, is still a job, a dangerous one. Ford said fighters have every right to make choices that protect their careers and families. He pointed out that every legendary boxer has faced similar criticism for supposedly avoiding certain fights or chasing big paydays. According to him, Tank has earned the right to decide what's best for himself. Ford believes fans will always want more, but real fighters have to think long-term, not just about pleasing critics.
A rematch Lamont. What are your thoughts on that,
Tank, everybody he fight, he make famous. Roach was a nobody before he fought. Nobody. World champion. You know what I'm saying? I look at it like this. If any of them top guys that they talk about would have had an offer that been offered to Tank, they'd have jumped on it too. That's happening, you know what I'm saying? My suggestion is, you put me in a light where everybody know me now. You know what I'm saying? Let me keep it moving. I come back to Tank later. You know what I'm saying? I understand that's the biggest payday of his life, you know what I'm saying? But it's more out there. You know now. You know what I'm saying? You look at Pitbull, he running with it. Brody, still on top. Barrio, still on top. You know what I'm saying? Martin about to fight soon, so it's about to see where he's at. I just look at it like, yo, forget about that. Tank, go in and do what you gotta do, because at the end of the day, it's about taking care of you and your family. You know what I'm saying?
It was more of a business decision for this fight. Is there still hope that a rematch happens?
It's based on the individuals, you know what I'm saying? Because we have seen old fighters get back in the ring to finish the settlement. It's based on the fighters of what they want to do. And one thing people don't understand, money is being spent before the fight. You see what we walked into. It was a nice press conference from New York to here. A lot of money been involved doing what they're doing to get it off, you know what I'm saying? And actually, everybody didn't believe in the Tank and Roach fight, the first fight. But look at it now, it came into be a bigger fight now. So we have to wait to see how this fight.
Boxing analyst Showbiz the Adult offered a different angle, calling Jake Paul an opportunist who will take advantage of any mistake Tank makes. He warned Tank not to underestimate Jake just because he's a celebrity boxer. Showbiz said Jake has power and confidence, and if he sees an opening, he'll go for a knockout. He advised Tank to stay focused and treat this fight seriously, not like an easy payday. Because over
on lollygag, this ain't gonna be nothing, and Calvin Ford is like he ain't gonna play with you. Listen, Jake Paul is an opportunist. We know this is an exhibition, but Jake Paul is about his bottom line and MVP's bottom line. And if that means sacrifice Tank by knocking his ass over the top rope, Jake Paul is going to deliberately do it. He's going to go out there to knock him out. I promise you. That's why I'm telling Tank Davis, don't bull jive. See, there's a lot of people eating off of Tank Davis right now because, like Calvin Ford said, Tank, you're being too nice. Where's the beast at? Grow your mane back out. We got to see the beast.
Could cost him big. Interview 11, Chael Sonnen commented on how massive the build-up for the Jake Paul versus Tank Davis fight has become. He said the promotion feels like a blockbuster production, complete with dramatic press conferences meant to stir up tension. Sonnen pointed out that Jake even used personal attacks, bringing up Tank's legal troubles, which made things intense. Tank's decision to stay silent showed his discomfort, but also how personal this rivalry has become. Sonnen believes this fight is no longer just business, it's emotional. Both men are fighting for pride and attention, not just victory. He added that the huge media push and money behind it prove this event is designed to break records, even if it lacks the true competitive spirit boxing pure.
Tank was not ready for this. I feel, should have known. I got an article written about me to personalize this, but I got insulted. I was insulted back in about 2012. I was known as the best guest. I was known as the best interview. I was known as the best guy for a press conference. And somebody comes out and they goes, hey, he's got these planned. He's got these lines planned ahead of time. This guy isn't so great. And I remember finding that very comical. I have never had a test in my life where the teacher told us the test was coming up that I didn't prepare for it. I couldn't imagine walking into something. It could be the fight itself. I couldn't imagine not preparing for it. And Tank was simply caught off guard. This is what he does. He's a descendant of Floyd Mayweather. And Floyd did as good of a job as anybody at making sure those press conferences in that image and that character, and it was nothing more than that. It was a character, but he made sure that it was dynamic and compelling. And I just share for you, like he wasn't ready. And it got dirty. It got very, very dirty. Tank apparently has something where he was accused and possibly even charged. If I use the wrong words, I don't know the story. I learned it yesterday when Jake brought it up.